So you can understand this is a voice of insecurities and this is a voice of self-empowerment. That's how powerful the mind is. So if you believe you're insecure, you will live in your insecurities. Hey guys, I'm back. Back. Hey, say back. Back. With another what? Banger. I'm back, guys. Now this video is gonna be a bit different. It's gonna be a little bit different because it's gonna be a bit of a touchy one. I feel like this video is something I've always wanted to do, a little bit more meaningful, you know what I mean? Because it's something that I've dealt with. So I really do want to start sharing videos that are actually helpful. It's fun and all to do fashion videos and do all those stuff, but it's also good to do something that it's good for the soul. Do you know what I mean? Because if the inside is good, the outside will be good. You know what I mean, guys? So I feel like for my channel, I really want to start doing videos that are also soul related videos, you know, not just do the outward things, but soul related videos and things that will benefit your spirit and things that will benefit your internal life. Let's just say that, and things that will benefit you as a woman. And today what I wanted to talk about, guys, insecurities, and I wanted to talk about how to detect it and how to literally kill that voice. Because I feel like as women, it's not even funny, the pressure that women put on themselves is crazy. And nowadays we as women, we just put so much pressure on ourselves that it's almost like unhealthy pressure that we put on ourselves, whether it's our self-image, whether it's like getting the new job, or whether it's like getting the things that you want in life, pursuing your dream, or just like, you know, your look even as well. We put so much pressure. Today I just wanted to talk about like, and how to know, is this a voice of insecurity or is this a voice of empowerment? Like, so you can understand this is a voice of insecurities and this is a voice of self-empowerment. Because a voice of insecurity will always try to make you feel lower. Like it doesn't make you feel empowered, because it's something that I've dealt with, guys, and I always want to come here and be transparent with you guys and about the things that I've dealt with as well, because I feel like, so that people know that like we're all human beings. You know, we all question ourselves sometimes. We all question our own self-worth, our own self-esteem. We all question that sometimes, and it's okay, because it's part of growth, you know what I mean? And it's part of, you know, getting to know yourself and stuff like that. But I really wanted to focus basically today about insecurity and how insecurity operate and how it actually starts. Because I feel like if you can grasp this video today and get an understanding, I feel like you'll be able to detect the voice of insecurity and how to actually kill it and how to actually kill that voice. Because I'm someone that have dealt with that before. For example, let me give you one example for myself. For such a long time, guys, I used to be so insecure about my skin, guys. Like my dark skin, I used to not like it. I just didn't like it. Like, you know, I just didn't like it. And I remember, like, I think I've even shared this a little bit in my dark skin story, like how it all began. And because when I was younger, I used to get bullied a lot, and I used to get called like so many different names because my skin was so dark, and even in the household. And I remember that I didn't know that was a stronghold, and that voices became stronghold in my life. And even when I became a teenager, that voice became so strong, and that's when I ended up wanting to like bleach my skin. And I told you guys that story, and I remember God just had to come and switch my understanding and my perception, because I started knowing that, guys, it's like whatever you feed grows, and that comes whether it's in an insecurity or just in life in general. And I remember, because I kept on feeding that voice, because I'll wake up and I'll just keep on just hearing, because guys, everything starts off with the voice. It just starts saying, oh, you, because who tells you that you have an ugly nose? Or who tells you that your lips are so big? Or who tells you that like you are ugly? I know God doesn't tell you stuff like that, guys, but it's just you determining, okay, where is this voice coming from? Is it coming from a place of when I was a child, that was what I was being called? Or is it something that has been, maybe you started a friendship and then like you started finding this insecurity, but for example you never had it before, and then when you went into this friendship group you started having it. Because guys, to every insecurity there's a root, and if you could be honest with yourself and be really honest with ourselves, which I had to be honest with myself and be like, God, why do I feel ugly, or like not good enough, or like my skin is just so ugly? And it wasn't until the point God gives you a revelation of like, Tuna, that's what you've been hearing. And guys, it says in the Bible that faith comes by hearing, and hearing of the word. So whatever you continue hearing, and whoever you give your ears to, guys, is so important. So don't give your ears to the wrong voice, because the voices that you listen to will determine your perspective, and your perspective will determine your reality. So the more you give voice to that voice that is telling you you're ugly, to that voice that is telling you your nose is yucky, or your skin is too dark, you're too dark. Like, who's telling you that? Who's telling you that voice? That's not a voice of empowerment. And that's how insecurity operates, guys. It starts off with a little voice, and the more you give ears to it, the more it grows. Anyways, guys, as I was saying, I feel like everybody has deal with insecurities in some form or shape of way. It's just us basically just admitting that we're insecure in that area. And I feel like the beginning of literally like trying to fix an insecurity is, or trying to deal with an insecurity, is you admitting that you actually have a problem in that area. And there's nothing wrong with you admitting that, oh, okay, maybe in this area, like this area I'm not very secure in. And what insecurity is, guys, is basically, it says it in the, why do I have a pen out of nowhere? Anyways, think about it. And insecurity, it says it literally in the word insecurity, meaning inside you're not secure in whatever that insecurity is. So it's basically talking about the inside you, because security is basically when you're secure in yourself. For example, if you know you're beautiful, nobody can change that. No one can change you otherwise, because you have secured that inside you, and no one can rob you of that. But when you're not, guess what? Other voices can rob you of that. Another voice can literally mislead you. Someone can just say something and literally trigger you, because you're not secure within yourself, and well, you have not established yourself. So it's easier to push down a wall that is not secure than a wall that is secure. And that's how insecurity works. Like, for example, let's say you're not very secure or confident in how you are or who you are, then whatever people say will always move you. In other words, they will bruise you. Everything someone says, oh, you're ugly, it leaves a tint in there. Oh, your nose is kind of funny, it leaves another tint in there. Or you have dark skin, it leaves a tint in there. And now you go walking around with tint everywhere, and those tints, guess what, they become voices in your head, because someone has mentioned it, and those tints, they start forming voices in your head. And then guess what, the more you listen to that voice, the more you keep on listening and listening, the more it grows. And it works like this, guys. Whatever you keep on watering and whatever you feed your ears with, it will grow. Think about it. Whatever you feed grows, and whatever you starve dies. And for example, let's say if I basically, let's say, starve myself, I'm gonna die, right? I'm gonna die, right? That my body is gonna react. But let's say if I keep on giving myself good food, good nutrient, guess what, I'm gonna flourish. I'm gonna start looking healthier, looking good, because I'm giving the right food. And that's how the body is, guys, and that's how our brain is. Whatever voice you feed it, you become it. The whole goal of the voice of insecurity is to put down your self-esteem and self-worth. And the bad thing about that is, the bad thing about insecurity is it turns your view of who you really are. Like, and that's just the truth, because most of the time, yes, although people could be, you know, really mean to us and call us names, and we even start calling ourselves those things that people say that we are, we actually believe the report of people more. And that's why you just have to be watchful and be very discerning of who you give your ears to and who you surround yourself with, because whoever you surround yourself, guys, you're gonna reflect, you know. And let's say if you surround yourself with people that feed on your insecurity, as in like people that keep on pointing out things that as a friend you should be building and encouraging one another. And if your friends are not like that, then you really need to examine your friendship group, because at the end of the day you should be surrounding yourself with people that are builders, not people that are destroyers. Do you get what I mean? You get it, you know? Because at the end of the day, who we surround ourselves, and if you actually pay attention, it plays a big role on our insecurities too. Just make sure you surround yourself with people that really are not feeding on your insecurities, you know what I mean? You've got to protect your ears just the same way as you guard your heart, guys. You know how the Bible talks about like protecting our hearts and being so aware of, like, you know, what we let in there, because out of it flows all issues of life. That is the same thing with our ears. We need to also protect our ears and who we give our ears to, who we lend our ears to, because out of it it would also create our perspective and our reality about what we listen to or even what we see and stuff like that. So I just want to say this because we're living in such a demanding society, and a society that is just demanding a lot out of women. I just don't like it, and I want to be one of those people that just, you know, help you just detect that voice, because the truth is that voice, guys, it just takes you downhill. You know what I mean? Like that, because I've been there, guys, you know. I know how that feels. It doesn't make you feel any good. It doesn't build your confidence and stuff like that. So just be aware of what you feed. Just be aware of it, because guys, it's so important, like what you let in your ears and who you let in your ears, because it really does create your reality. And I was gonna say that, like, for example, like if you want to build your self-esteem and you want to feel more confident and stuff like that, you need to surround yourself with people that are uplifted. Do you know what I mean? Don't surround yourself with haters. Encourage one another, because that's what it's all about, y'all. Let me tell you this, okay? That's what it's all about. Because at the end of the day, guys, life is too short for us to be miserable within ourselves. It's too short for us to be so hard on ourselves. And I realize sometimes we can be so hard on ourselves, and it's almost like unhealthy, and almost it drains you. Be aware of the voice of insecurity. Be alert, you know. Be alert, just because how you perceive yourself, guys, is how other people will perceive you. How you see yourself, guys, is how other people will see you too. So if you carry yourself like not knowing your worth, not knowing your standard, not knowing who you are, then guess what? People would treat you like that. You know what I mean? So it's so important, guys, for us to build our self-esteem and not allow insecurity to rule us, because, guys, we become a slave to whatever that rules us. You know what I mean? We become a slave to our insecurities without even not knowing, because we give so much room for it to grow that it's grown so big. Do you get what I mean? So everybody has insecurities. Don't lie about it. Be honest with your insecurity. If you have an insecurity, be honest about it. Because if you really want to overcome an insecurity, the first thing you really want to do is to be honest. Be honest with yourself, because I'm telling you, deceiving yourself doesn't help. It really doesn't, guys. I've been there, you know. I've so been there. Like, you just deceive yourself so bad, but it really doesn't help you, and it doesn't help you overcome it too, because the truth is you can like pretend it's not there, but like you can pretend like it's not there, but because you've not dealt with it, it pops out sometimes. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a wound that you've not like dealt with, because you haven't dealt with the root of it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I just wanted to come here and just talk about you knowing yourself, like just knowing the voice of insecurities, like detecting that voice. Anytime that voice is coming, pick it up and say no. You know, it does say in the Bible, like, you know, it says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So whatever you think, you become, and whatever you believe, you live in, guys. And that's just how it is. That's how powerful the mind is. So if you believe your insecurity, you will live in your insecurity. That's how it operates. And if you believe in it, you will live in it. you live in it. And not because it's the truth, but it's because it's what you consistently continue hearing. And whatever you continue hearing, you will have faith in, because faith comes by hearing, and by hearing the word of God, it says in the Bible. But that means also when you keep on hearing things over and over, whatever you keep on hearing and hearing and hearing, you eventually believe. And that goes whether it's positive or negative, like, you know, whether it's a positive or negative thing, a negative voice. So just be careful, guys. If you want to build your self-esteem, and if you know what self-esteem is basically, self-esteem is basically, I heard this from Bree Lee, and it's so true, because it's your self-esteem is basically the estimation of yourself. Like, that's what self-esteem is, your estimation of yourself. And so yeah, I just wanted to share this video real quickly, because I feel like we're just living in a world where it's so image driven. And not only image driven, it's just we're so like into our looks so much that like we really just neglect the inside. So I just wanted to share this because sometimes we can be working from a place of insecurity and not empowerment. So I just wanted to share this video to help my girls out, you know, help you guys out. This also helps me when I say this also I'm saying this to myself. I know that that voice is very real, and I know what it does is rob you of your joy, it robs you of your confidence, it robs you of your self-esteem, it robs you of your self-worth, it robs you of your self-value. And that's what the voice of insecurity does. So that's why I just wanted to share this, because I want you guys to get an understanding of like how this voice operates, because it's something that I've dealt with before, guys. And I think it's important also to invite God in your insecurities. Let's say you have an area in your life that you're really not confident in. Ask God to help you, because He will help you. He will give you the grace to see the good in that thing that you don't see good in. Do you know what I mean, guys? So just ask the Lord to help you in that area, and He will, and He'll give you wisdom, knowledge to be able to see Him from His end and see you from your His end, because according to God's eyes, you are 100% like you're 100% like there's nothing, like, you know what I mean? Whose voice are you gonna believe? Who's gonna rule your heart more? Or is it what people say, what you say, which is like you don't think you're good enough, or what God says about you? Like, you have to come to a place where like, whose report are you gonna believe? You know what I mean? Because I know as human beings we deal with a lot of voices in our head sometimes, that it can be overwhelming, it can be a lot to handle. And I just wanted to share this because I feel like this is something that I know will help people. I just want to share this. I know this was a random video, but I hope you guys like it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to this person. So there's this person that comment under my video, under one of my vlogs, and he said, he asked me, can you give me a shout out? And I said, most definitely. If you're watching my video, why wouldn't I give you a shout out? Come on now, you know I'm gonna do it. So I wanted to give Chicken Nugget Bowl. Okay, your name is funny, first of all. That's what a name. What a name. Chicken Nugget Bowl. Is that what it is? Chicken Nugget Bowl. I wanted to give you a shout out, and also thank you for watching my videos. Muchly appreciated. Like, I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much for even watching, and bye guys, and take care of yourself always.